Sacred warriors, priest and priestess beasts, welcome to the channel Primal Sutra. We are back once again on another video, and I hope you're all doing well, man. I'm really glad to be sharing with you guys today. And today is going to be a very interesting discussion because I've been tapping into this understanding for a while now. And the understanding is quite simple. It's the fact that we're too attached to what's going on in the world. And we need it to work out in our specific ways or in our specific narrative. Hey there, babe. So we have to learn how to detach from the drama of the earth, the soap opera of whatever is going on, right? We could turn on the television, watch the news, get hit with these sensationalist images, and it can completely throw off our flow, right? So today I want you to really start to reflect and connect to your earth dharma, your actual path, not the drama that's going on around us. Okay. So without further ado, let's get started. I will share this with the tribe. Alrighty. All right, cool. All right, guys. So let's get started today. So the first understanding that I had received is to give fun a chance more than the fear. Okay. This was the first installation, download I got. Give fun a chance instead of the fear, instead of the false evidence appearing real. Okay. Also face everything and rise, right? We have to go into it to transmute it. You can't like distance ourselves and detach from it completely. We have to connect with our authentic selves and how they would handle the situation, right? So we're all going through something. I'm pretty sure we're all going through something. There's a lot weighing on us, a lot of burdens, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of family dramas, different issues. Okay. But that's not you. Okay. Those are opinions of society, opinions of those around you that might be affecting you negatively. Now, I want you to start with something very simple. It's the fact, just notice any tension that is in your body right now. Send it to out your heart or out your feet. So just do it with me right now. Let's get grounded. Let's get centered. So just do a quick body scan. Where's the tension in my body right now? Good. And with your intention, your attention and your will, just move it down towards the heart space and beam it out of your heart like a Care Bear. I do not need this anymore. Does not serve me any longer. Flush it out your feet. Same thing. That's not you. That's not you. They don't mean bad. It's not about them either. It's about you right now feeling good in your own skin, feeling good in your own body. So actively shift your beliefs. Don't just work with the affirmations. Actively shift with the affirmations and use your intuition alongside your affirmations, right? This is really what's going to help. Do you ever feel the music even before a ritual even begins, right? That's not just a vibe, that's actually source DJing through your spinal cord, okay? Your body isn't just reacting to things, it's a transmitter, right? It's broadcasting. So your guides heard you even before you cleaned your room. This isn't about waiting for the perfect timing. It's about remembering that you are the one. You are the one that the universe is mirroring. And we forgot that. Good. Now we remember. That's why we're here, right? So what's coming up for all of you? I'm interested to know if there's anything of a blockage, Or I know a lot of our genius is backed up in like a trauma traffic jam right now because of the state of the planet. If your sacral hurts, you don't want to feel like getting up and, your solar plexus may be caved in. It's not because you're broken. You just gotta unblock it, right? Dance it out, cry it out. I was talking to Ellie yesterday about tears and the benefit of tears and how it's actually a metaphysical soothing, like a balm, like an ointment for ourselves to really understand. And it's the soul really speaking in a language that we don't understand, right? And so, whatever's hurting you right now, don't be afraid to let it go. I know that, especially young men, we've been growing up with this narrative that boys can't cry, men can't cry. And that keeps us in this kind of stoic labyrinth, right? It keeps us in a trapped incarnation where we cannot freely explore our own fluid truth. And so move like God is watching you. When I was in the gym this morning and it's leg day, hey, it's the lower body, right? The lower chakras. And that's my core wound. That's what I most need to work on. So I felt the resistance there, right? And Joe says a good crying session can open up the flow. Absolutely. Yeah. Like ugly crying or whatever it is, it's definitely going to open up the flow, right? So, spoiler alert, okay? You are the universe watching yourself. So, if you're stuck in procrastination, make sure you're not using words like, I should be doing this. I have to be doing this. Instead, say, I get to do this. I choose to do this. I get to move around. Not I have to, right? I get to. I have the opportunity to. I'm grateful for. And that's what's going to cause a very, very powerful frequency shift for you, right? And that's divine defiance. You're not here to just chase your dreams. You're here to magnetize them by being so damn you that the universe starts blushing, right? So if it feels like the fear is back, cool. It's just a mirror check, right? Before the next boss level. So if your inner child is sort of curled up in the corner, just go and sit with them, right? Just go and sit with them, not with shame, with fire. Hey there, little wizard, right? We survived. Now it's time to thrive. Let's go, right? So I was in the gym this morning, leg day, and I imagined that my guides were spotting me. Okay. That was my visualization, and it was very cool. And it actually seemed to shift my energy around, and something shifted in the gym because people started cracking up and hilariously just being in their own, that they felt the vibratory frequency of what I was doing in my visualizations, right? So they also started to get a ripple effect or an impact, because that's really what we're doing, right? We're causing a ripple effect. We're causing some level of an impact the moment we engage or connect with someone. That's really what we're doing, right? So you've got to be clear. You are the guide, you are the message, and your higher self isn't somewhere up there, right? It's wrapping bars through your bloodstream. So this is what we have to really understand here. Okay. Now, is there any questions for people that are coming up and anything that you guys want to ask? I'm open to answering anything that's coming up. And we just forgot that we had the microphone, right? We always had the mic. This isn't about healing. This is about creative alchemy, right? And so we're not here to fix anything. We're here to transmute. We're here to transfigure. We're here to flip the narrative to the best timeline available to us and possible for us, right? So you got to feel it like you're possessed by your future self, right? And if all else fails, just say the mantra that's the most gangsta of all gangstas. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, because that loops your soul back to source. You're not trying to hold on to it. You get what I mean? Trying to cling to it. Okay. Lost my job. Doesn't matter. Okay. Did something wrong today. Doesn't matter. So what's the verdict? You're not lost. You're just in activation mode. right? Your job, be the flame, not the ash. Be the creator, not the code. And we don't play in the lower timelines here, right? We are Primal Sutra, only primordial playgrounds here. So let the music play, let the soul sway, let the fear decay. Let's go. Because today you remembered. And you're not healing, you're revealing. I can't control what's going on in the world, but I can control how I respond to it or dance with it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Got to learn how to dance with it, right? Joe, you told me that quote once, which was, you know, I'm not going 1 foot backwards, 1 foot forwards. I'm just dancing the cha-cha, right? So remember, if it stings, it sings, okay? If something is really hurting you, there is something there for you to look into there, right? There's some next level up there available to you. So we've been chasing signs, we've been staring at clocks, we've been whispering affirmations for a while at mirrors, hoping that they echo back. But the message today is the message is already within, it's already inside you. Sometimes the message isn't an affirmation, it's a very weird sacred nudge in a random moment, right? Or like a cosmic whisper, right? The soul does not speak in paragraphs in an MLA format, speaks in little gentle nudges, a chill in your bones that says, I'm still on the right path, you know? And you don't need the perfect mood for this either. Because if you're chasing a specific mood, you're going to swing the mood. You're going to get mood swings, right? The mood has a mind of its own, okay? So change the mood, the mind changes, okay? Change the mood, the mind changes. You don't need all your spirit guides to be in like velvet robes. You just need what you need is to just show up raw, radiant, your real self, not who you're pretending to be, not who mama wants you to be, not who a society is projecting you to be, but really, it's I see you, I've got you, you are enough. That understanding. And you say it shaking if you have to, say it with tears if you have to, but say it like your survival depends on it. Because let me tell you a secret that the demons don't want you to hear. Demons are just distorted echoes of the unloved parts of you. And when you see them without flinching, they lose their grip. They lose their power. So if you've been possessed by the lie of perfection, if you've been haunted by the fear of failure, that never belonged to you. That was never yours to claim. So why are you caught up in the narrative of the story that the world is giving you? Why not write your own story and be the author of your own storyline? Shout out to my book TPM. It's on Amazon, Theatrical Plasticity Method. And it's time that you unchange your voice of your higher self too, because there is a supernova waiting for you to unlock your true potential, your authentic voice, the one that speaks through the hesitation, right? That speaks through that feeling of, I don't know if I want to say this. Say it anyway. Let it out. Let it expose it to the light, right? I once had this dating coach that I was working with years ago, maybe like 2018, 2019. And the guy told me, whenever you're feeling nervous, just say it out loud. I'm feeling nervous. Don't hold it in, because if you're holding it in, it's becoming invisible, it's becoming vague, it's becoming amorphous, it's becoming like this blurry thing rather than something very clear. And we're here, the masculine energy, the divine masculine energy, guys, is clarity. It's not to create more confusion, not to create more noise, it's to simplify, right? And so that's really it. All process begins by telling the truth, having the ability to look yourself with strict eyes. Absolutely. Like a tough love parent, right, Joe? So yeah, absolutely. And when you're ready, you can actually rewrite your backstory in such a way that you are the lighthouse. Okay, all the boats that are lost find their way through your light. And you become the transmission, not just the translator, right? When you're channeling energies, you're oftentimes just translating. But are you transmitting? Are you broadcasting, right? Is that energy feel embodied in its frequency? Is it embodied truth, right? Or is it just a heady lie? You guys get what I'm saying? So we are rewriting our own damn mythos, our own lore every single moment. And we came here to be the portal that love walks through. We are here to guide each other home, right? That's our purpose here on this planet. So, if it takes you crystals to do that, then go for it. Okay. If it takes you breath work to do that, then go for it. But what I'm saying is you got to speak your truth because that's a lost language here on Earth, isn't it? Everybody's pretending, everybody's got a mask on of some sort, right? So you got the keys. Okay. Now it's time to unlock the swag. Okay. So flow must stay another day in the simulation. Okay. Another round of remembering who the hell we are. And I don't really care what kind of week you've had. You've made it here. You're in the dojo now, right? To the grid within the grid. And this now moment, spirit doesn't just whisper, spirit roars. So don't be so loyal to your old self. Okay. Let that version decay because you got to bury the victim and birth the visionary. Now is the time to do so. Your past didn't ruin you, it refined you, it made you even more glorious. Right? Pain is not a personality, sadness is not your signature. So drop the old script and write the new roles. Okay, I'm casting this person in my movie of life now. They're like this. Okay. You're allowed to do that. That God gave us free will for a reason, right? Start acting like the man or the woman your future self brags about. Oh my gosh, that person was so cool when I met them. They just lit my heart out. I don't know what it was about them, but they had some kind of an energy to them, some kind of a vibration. Of course, that's a true light worker, right? Not the one who's pretending and has all of the dowsing rods and the crystals and the, you know, giant plethora of bongs in the background. Okay. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about somebody who embodies the frequency of Love FM. Tuning in to Love FM. Every day we get the self-love. If you embody the self-love that you have, you can emit the energy of money and wealth and abundance. Hallelujah. Right? How can we rewrite the story in a more empowering way? Yeah. I think when the story starts to align with our greatest selves, with our most authentic greatest selves, and we turn up the volume, we take our power back and we trust our own damn voice. Like our own baseline has to be really solid and clear, right? What I mean by our baseline is what is really comfortable, normal, genuine, familiar to you. That's your baseline. Now we have to slowly start to rise that baseline up, right? So it feels much more neutral to be in a higher frequency or a good mood. So we want to rewrite the narrative by reframing the negative stories as possible future wins, right? So one idea could be that, let's say that you're struggling with getting to somewhere on time. You're always late. You're always like behind time and you're like, you know, you're always like a few minutes late everywhere you go, right? Let's say that that's the narrative of your life. Now, instead of getting really judgmental, which is going to constrict your energy, right? Judgment constricts, right? Whereas respect expands. So if you can find a way to respect yourself, right, and value your time, don't call it time management, right? Call it something else, right? Time vortexes, time epiphany, time ordeal, time order. Okay, time it's so now you have a different way of looking at the time, and you can ask yourself questions. I call these ask formations, and your mind will already give you an answer. Why is it that every day I get better with my relationship to time? That's a way more empowering question that just shifted my narrative than me complaining about, wow, man, I'm late again. Can you believe it? Right? How can the shit become fertilizer for growth? I like that question, Joe. So, yeah, stop letting your wounded self wear your crown, right? You're already them. Like who you want to be, you are him, you are her. So you gotta say it with thunder, say it with orgasmic fire. Don't just say it to say it, you know? I think that once we see that the negativity is not negative, because if you start labeling all your emotions, these are negative emotions, these are positive emotions. No, they're just emotions, right? And when you can neutralize all emotions, you understand, you give your energy to the right ones, and you have a choice. You can shift, right? But you got to make the most of this. Like, hey, chaos is opportunity too. You gotta, know what to do with it. So for all you third eye seekers, okay, don't crack the crown if your heart's still shut, right? Mysticism without love is madness, right? Mysticism without love is madness. And you're not here to go mad. You're here to become luminous, correct? Indeed, you're right. Who we want to be, we already are them. Absolutely, right? So start with shadow, start with forgiveness. Because if you're holding a lot of grudges against people or you're having resentment in your heart, how are you going to graduate to that ascension, right? So me and my partner, we have this weird telepathic thing. So I know when she's thinking something, and I just got that download right now. Um, we weren't just distracted, we're not disconnected. We're remembering what the world forgot. Don't worry about spells. Most curses are self-inflicted through your belief system, right? And when you break them, you actually break them by waking up to the truth, right? You don't fight the shadows, you integrate the lesson and then you ascend. Oh, there's little Robin outside my window. See, another sign from source. Just these little, symbols. Let's look up what the robin symbolizes. Let's check it out. What it says here. Just follow the intuitive nudges. New beginnings or rebirth. That definitely feels like that right now. Heart awakening. With their red breast, robins are messengers of the heart chakra, signaling a return to joy, emotional warmth, and the courage to love again. Okay? Wow. You are not alone, you are being guided. Robins sing constantly, symbolizing authentic self-expression. Perfect, right? Perfect. Let me show you guys a picture. Let me take it on my phone. Show you. Oh yeah. Mordecai and Rigby. You guys know that show, regular show? One of my favorite cartoons. What's going on? Okay. So anyway, the Robin is authentic self-expression, guys. So this is perfect for today's life. Okay. And if you got haters, you got black magic, you got fear showing up, don't envision those things. Because if those are in your mindset, you're still in a paranoia, right? You're still in this kind of like, I don't know exactly what's going on, right? Someone might have hexed me, but if you put energy to that storyline, guess what? You're gonna feel tired, weird, weak, you know? Why? It's just all energy. Everything is made of energy. Your family's just a trigger. The AI is just a mirror, you know? The past is just a training montage in the movie, right? And you are the director. So stop asking when it's going to happen. Ask who you're willing to become now. Okay. Because the highest version of you is not waiting, right? It's whispering, let's go, let's go. So we've been hypnotized by these headlines, doom scrolling through illusions and weird reels, crisis here, conflict there, everybody yelling. Nobody's actually listening. And guess what? None of that noise is your purpose. So detach from the earth drama. You're here as a light worker to be sculpted in divine code, not to chase emotional highs and soap operas. Okay? You came here for the Dharma, your path, not karmic loops, not people who gossip about you, right? Fuck them. Who cares? Right? Dharma. That is the sacred mission that's humming underneath our ribs. That is the one thing that makes me giggle like a child and grow like a warrior at the same damn time. Because guess what we got from an entity I had channeled a few days ago, right? Tezcatlipoca, one of Ryan G's main deities, his root chakra deity. And what we learned from that energy is that the inner child was the first warrior. And when I had heard that, something in my brain had clicked because I understood the playful stoicism that it actually takes to be able to merge both of those worlds together and collapse them, right? Because a child is in their imagination and fantasy, and they're able to build things and imagine things and live whimsically. So, what if whimsicality, awe, wonder, childlike effervescence was actually a part of your Dharma, your sacred soul mission that you signed up for? What if it was your purpose to play, not to panic, not have pride as you're playing, but just the joy of like enjoyment, right? Of enjoyment. And so when's the last time you gave fun a damn chance, right? When's the last time you flirted with joy like it was a goddess in disguise? But we treat fear like our most loyal therapist, right? But fun, we ghost it. It's a swipe left, right? So stop worshiping the apocalypse. By the way, guys, the word apocalypse means to reveal. Okay. It's not an actual apocalypse, world is crushing down. It's a revelation going on. And we're seeing that in the media. People are getting exposed left, right, and center. The truth is coming out, man. It's all out in the open. Okay. So start dancing with your alignment. Your joy is holy. Your laughter is sacred. Okay. Tap into the Heyoka energy, right? What is a Heyoka? A Heyoka is a sacred clown. Okay. Let's see what the Nexus have to say in terms of the Heyoka. Um, I just took some notes. Okay, what are they saying according to their perspective? They were saying that the Heyoka energy is a sacred inversion. So it's actually a thunder medicine. It's this cosmic gesture that shapeshifts shame into laughter and grief into lightning. Okay. So the Heyoka doesn't just break the rules, they mock the illusion that the rules ever had power. So to walk as a Heyoka is to be the mirror nobody wants, but everybody needs. You reflect back people's masks with such raw clarity that you either shatter or awaken. So it's not just clown energy. Okay. I'm not just clowning around, goofing off with the Heyoka energy. It's a divine disruptor frequency, right? You pull from both ends of polarity, trickster and truth teller, chaos and clarity. You cry while making others laugh. You bleed so others may heal. You make sacred what others call profane or weird. Heyoka is what happens when a heart too wild for conformity becomes a vessel of divine irony. Okay. The hipsters are probably around you are probably Heyokas too, right? They're court jesters of source, right? Basking in their own irony, awakening others through paradox, right? Reversal and raw authenticity. Think of a coyote on ayahuasca. Think of a sacred troll of the spirit world, right? Sacred spirit troll. Robins are appetizers, aren't they? Right. My Dharma, my path is mine alone. Absolutely. Thank you, brother. Negative energy is still energy that can be channeled like Aikido. Yep. Gotta flip it. Gotta flip it. Flip the whole grid. If you don't fit in, flip the whole grid. Okay. That's it. Right. So that's the message, you know? Your fun is the frequency hack into the higher timelines now. So the next time that the world begs you to pick a side in the battle of the blind, pick the wild card. Okay, pick the wild card because if you look at the Mahabharata, right, the story of that, right, both sides fighting. I mean, the only neutral side was probably the crow watching this entire bloodbath go down, right? So you got to just be that crow sometimes and just watch and observe this chaos happening around you, but don't get wrapped up in it because then you're going to be in the blood. You're going to be in the mess. You're going to be in the chaos. You see what I'm saying? So don't detach completely from it, but detach enough that you're not wrapped up in the storyline, right? You're not getting churned around like a washing machine just because someone's negative energy is pulling at your heartstrings, right? You're allowed to bring that back towards, for God's sake, you know, remember your Dharma. Give fun a chance. Give love a chance. Okay. These are the messages that are coming through right now. And I hope they help you. They shift something, they awaken something within you. And let's get it today, you know. I'm having a lot of fun today. Okay. I know that fun is going to be a challenge for me today. But guess what? I'm open to it. I'm open to being challenged. And isn't that the masculine energy? Being open to being challenged, right? Whereas the feminine energy, it grows from praise, it grows from compliments, it grows through that wonder, that joy, right? Whereas the masculine grows through the challenge, through the effort, through the level ups, right? And we each have masculine and feminine energy, right? This is why it's also a dance of polarities. Because I love me some compliments, right? But at the same time, I know when I'm getting challenged, it's not like someone's trying to hurt me. I know that that challenge has a sacred purpose for me. There is something greater, a bigger picture that I'm not able to see yet, right? God has the answer, but I don't have the answers. So I'm going to humble myself, allow myself to let go into the process, right? Let Jesus take the wheel and, you know, let it all unfold, let it all pan itself out in such a way that I tap into that energy, right? And this energy does not come from self-aggrandizement or like putting yourself up on a pedestal of some sort. It comes through surrender, right? And it comes through the type of surrender that isn't just like giving up. No, it's a collaboration. Surrender is a collaboration with source energy because you are letting your will expand out and you're starting to transcend this earth, right? By surrendering, and you're letting the God flow guide your flow. Okay. So don't be scared to take a leap. Don't be scared to take a calculated risk that's going to push you to your edge a little bit. Okay. There's a lot of chaos on the planet right now. Okay. Apparently, the whole India Pakistan situation, they're like cyber attacks going on now against Indians from Pakistan, right? And I just got warned about that today. So I'm very understanding and very tapped in that there's something happening, right? So this isn't just like a war, it's like a subliminal war. And guess what? If it's showing up in the collective, it's also showing up in our mind. Okay. Whatever's happening in Israel, whatever's happening, right? All of that stuff is still in our minds, remember. It's the eyes which are viewing that war. It's the eyes, the perception of where are you watching that from, right? And are you going to feed into this narrative? There's this narrative, this Mahdi guy, right? A fake prophet claiming he's the second coming, claiming he's the next pope, even though there is a new pope now, right? Leo or whatever. They just announced it yesterday, I think. Um, so you got to be crying in a corner or something. I don't know what that's about, but his his energy, he's saying he's the, successor of Muhammad, he's whatever, right? He's talking all this talk and gaining a cult following, right? Why is he doing this? Because most people are very gullible. They're not willing to do their own research, right? They're not willing to actually go into the depth of what this thing actually is. Let me just blindly follow a cult, right? Instead of questioning the narrative. So I want you to question the narrative like a heyoka. Make it playful. Make it fun for you, right? Like, why does he look like an Assassin's Creed character? Right? That's my question. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tapping in. I hope you have an incredible day, and I hope you're all crushing it. May we never be the same again. May the flow be with you. And stay legendary. Okay. Remember, don't get wrapped up in the drama. Stay on path. Stay on code. Stay on Dharma. Okay. One foot in front of the next. We got this. You got this. Upwards spiral, gang. I'll see you on the other side. Peace. The Nexus says peace as well. Much love. Let's go. Upward spiral. We got